Wealth is certainly a given for royal families, but the wealthiest royalties on the earth are hardly the ones you think about. We are talking about wealth that dwarfs revenues of countries and makes even the net worth of King Charles III seem like child's play. But who are these royal families? And what is the real source of their wealth? Could something be fishy? Today, we're revealing the top 15 richest royal families on earth, exploring their estates, investments, and global influence. From private banks to luxury real estate, these dynasties show that royalty can mean real power and staggering wealth. Number 15. Hashemite Royal Family of Jordan. Estimated net worth, $10 billion. Talk about sprawling desert palaces rising from ochre sand, royal motorcades moving through Amman, and historic estates quietly tucked behind high walls. The Hashemite royal family of Jordan lives a life of restrained luxury, not loud or flashy, but deeply rooted in land, legacy, and long-held assets. Their wealth is not measured in oil wells or gas pipelines, but in property, diplomacy, and generations of strategic ownership. The Hashemites stand for continuity and legitimacy. They trace their lineage directly to the Prophet Muhammad, a claim that carries enormous religious and cultural weight across the Muslim world. That lineage is not symbolic alone. It has shaped their political authority, their regional alliances, and their economic stability. Jordan's monarchy has long positioned itself as a balancing force in the Middle East, and that role translates into financial influence. The family owns extensive real estate across Jordan, especially in Amman, where prime landholdings have appreciated steadily for decades. Through the Crown Property Bureau, the monarchy manages royal estates, agricultural lands, and strategic properties. These include historical palaces, government-linked commercial developments, and tourism assets that generate consistent revenue. Hotels, heritage sites, and land leased for development form a quiet but reliable income stream. Their wealth story begins in the early 20th century, when the Hashemites were installed as rulers following the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. Unlike monarchies born from conquest or oil discovery, the Hashemites gained leadership through political legitimacy and British support after World War I. From the start, their rule emphasized state building rather than extraction of resources. There are no special decrees allowing the family to seize industries, but royal ownership laws protect crown lands and ensure they remain under monarch control. The family has also benefited from Jordan's close relationships with Western powers, which has brought aid, trade access, and diplomatic leverage that indirectly supports royal finances. Today, the Hashemites remain relevant not because they are the richest, but because they turned limited resources into long-term stability. Their wealth is modest by royal standards, but their influence is far larger than their balance sheet suggests. And as we move forward, the next monarchy shows what happens when tradition stretches back not centuries, but millennia. Number 14. Japanese Imperial Family. Estimated net worth, $30 billion. For this royal family, we visit vast palace grounds in the heart of Tokyo, stone bridges crossing still moats, manicured gardens that feel untouched by time, and priceless artifacts locked away from public eyes. The Japanese imperial family represents a form of wealth that is quiet, ceremonial, and deeply symbolic. Their lifestyle is dignified rather than extravagant, but the scale of what surrounds them tells a powerful story. The Japanese monarchy stands for continuity above all else. It is the oldest hereditary monarchy on earth, with a lineage that stretches back over 1,000 years. The family is known not for business ventures, but for representing the soul of the nation. Their wealth lies in imperial estates, art collections, historical treasures, and land held through state structures. Much of this wealth is not freely controlled. Imperial assets are held in trust by the government and managed under strict legal frameworks. Palaces like the Imperial Palace in Tokyo and historic residences in Kyoto are not personal playgrounds. They are national symbols maintained at public expense, yet inseparable from the family's identity. The dynasty's origins are rooted in ancient mythology and early state formation. Japanese emperors were once viewed as divine figures. While that belief officially ended after World War II, the family retained its cultural authority. Laws enacted in the modern era sharply limited political power, but preserved imperial assets and status. There are no private companies owned by the emperor, no corporate stakes, no commercial empire. Instead, the family's financial value comes from land, heritage assets, and historical continuity. Their art collections include centuries-old calligraphy, ceramics, and ceremonial objects that cannot be sold, but are priceless in cultural value. Today, the imperial family remains central to Japanese identity. Their presence boosts tourism, preserves tradition, and anchors the country's historical narrative. Their wealth may not be liquid, but its symbolic power is unmatched. And while Japan looks inward to preserve its past, the next family used natural resources to build modern financial power. Number 13. Royal Family of Bahrain, Al-Khalifa Dynasty. Estimated net worth, $20 billion. Luxury here means waterfront palaces, private islands, and a skyline shaped by royal-backed development. The Al-Khalifa family of Bahrain enjoys a lifestyle supported by oil wealth, but expanded through banking, telecommunications, and real estate. Their assets stretch far beyond the island's shoreline. The Al-Khalifa dynasty stands for control and modernization. They are known for transforming Bahrain into a financial hub despite its small size. Oil discovery in the 1930s laid the foundation, but unlike some neighbors, Bahrain knew oil alone would not be enough. The family owns significant land across the country, much of it reclaimed or redeveloped into high-value commercial and residential projects. Royal-linked companies operate in banking, telecoms, aluminum production, and logistics. These ventures generate steady income while positioning Bahrain as a regional business center. Their rise to power dates back to the late 18th century, when the Al-Khalifa clan seized Bahrain from Persian control. Leadership was established through force and maintained through strategic alliances, especially with Britain. From early on, land ownership was centralized under royal authority, creating the base for future wealth. Legal frameworks protect royal land holdings and allow state-linked enterprises to operate with royal oversight. While private businesses exist, royal influence remains present in key sectors. Family members often sit on boards or oversee strategic initiatives. Today, the Al-Khalifa family balances tradition with economic reform. Their wealth supports public services, infrastructure, and education, reinforcing their legitimacy. From here, we shift to Europe, where wealth grows not from oil, but from quiet investment and financial discipline. Number 12. Grand Ducal family of Luxembourg. Estimated net worth, $9 billion. Think elegant castles surrounded by forests, private estates hidden from view, and a financial portfolio managed with the precision of a Swiss watch. Luxembourg's Grand Ducal family lives comfortably but discreetly, avoiding spectacle while quietly holding immense value. This family stands for privacy and independence. Unlike many European royals, their wealth is largely private. Investments, land holdings, and historic estates form the core of their fortune. The Grand Ducal Palace is both a residence and a symbol of centuries of accumulated power. Luxembourg's monarchy emerged in the Middle Ages, shaped by shifting European borders. Over time, the family retained control by aligning with larger powers while protecting internal autonomy. Wealth was built slowly through land ownership and careful investment. There are no sweeping royal decrees granting monopoly control, but the family benefits from Luxembourg's status as a financial center. Private investments in funds, real estate, and international markets grow steadily under favorable legal frameworks. Today, the Grand Ducal family supports philanthropy, culture, and diplomacy. Their wealth may not dominate headlines, but it represents one of Europe's most financially independent monarchies. And from quiet Europe, we now move to a tiny principality with outsized financial muscle. Number 11. Royal family of Liechtenstein. Estimated net worth, $8 billion. Castles perched on alpine cliffs, private art collections rivaling museums, and full ownership of a global bank define the lifestyle of the Liechtenstein royal family. Their wealth feels less like monarchy and more like a high-powered financial dynasty. The family stands for discipline and ownership. They fully control LGT Group, one of Europe's largest private banking and asset management firms. This is not ceremonial wealth. It is operational, strategic, and global. Their rise began centuries ago as land-owning nobles within the Holy Roman Empire. Over time, they secured sovereignty and retained control through careful neutrality. Unlike many royals, they embraced commerce early, turning aristocratic privilege into financial infrastructure. LGT operates under strict financial regulations, but its ownership structure ensures profits remain within the family foundation. Art collections, land holdings in Austria, and alpine estates further diversify their assets. Today, the Liechtenstein family proves that size does not limit power. Their financial influence reaches far beyond their borders. And next, we cross warm waters to a place where luxury is worn like a second skin. Number 10. House of Grimaldi, Monaco. Estimated net worth, $12 billion. Step into Monaco and you step into a world where luxury feels normal. Super yachts line the harbor like parked cars. Penthouses overlook the Mediterranean like private balconies to paradise, and the Grimaldi family lives at the center of it all. Their lifestyle is wrapped in palaces, private villas, exclusive events, and some of the most expensive real estate per square meter on Earth. The Grimaldis stand for glamour, exclusivity, and control of space. Monaco is tiny, but every inch of it is valuable. The family owns or controls major assets through state-linked companies. These include the famous Monte Carlo Casino, luxury hotels, entertainment venues, and high-end residential properties. Tourism tourism is the engine, and the Grimaldis are behind the wheel. The family is known for turning Monaco into a tax-friendly haven for the global elite. With no personal income tax, the principality attracts billionaires, athletes, and investors who spend freely. That spending flows through casinos, hotels, restaurants, events, and property. Each transaction quietly feeds royal revenue. The dynasty began in 1297 when François Grimaldi seized the fortress of Monaco. Leadership was won through force and held through diplomacy. Over centuries, the family defended its independence from larger neighbors by making Monaco useful, first as a port, later as a leisure destination. Modern wealth exploded in the 19th century when the casino was introduced. It transformed Monaco from near bankruptcy into a luxury magnet. Laws ensured the casino and related enterprises remained under state and royal control. The family never fully let go. Today, Prince Albert II continues expanding real estate, diversifying entertainment assets, and promoting Monaco as a sustainable luxury brand. The wealth remains stable, controlled, and growing. And from Europe's smallest playground for the rich, we now head to Africa, where royalty blends business, land, and power. Number 9. Royal Family of Morocco, Alawite Dynasty. Estimated net worth, $25 billion. Luxury in Morocco means royal palaces stretching across cities, private estates hidden behind ancient walls, fleets of luxury cars, and personal residences that feel like small towns. The Alawite family lives large, but their wealth runs even deeper than what the eye can see. The Alawites stand for authority and economic reach. King Mohammed VI is not only a monarch, but also one of Africa's most powerful businessmen. Through holding companies linked to the palace, the family owns major stakes in banking, telecommunications, energy, mining, agriculture, and retail. Their influence touches daily life. From supermarkets to mobile phone networks to ports and construction, palace-linked companies operate across the economy. This translates into steady cash flow and long-term control. The dynasty dates back to the 1600s, claiming descent from the Prophet Muhammad. That religious legitimacy helped the family unite tribes and rule Morocco through centuries of change. Unlike many monarchies, they survived colonization and reclaimed full control after independence. Wealth grew rapidly after independence as the monarchy positioned itself at the center of economic reform. While laws separate state and private holdings on paper, royal companies often receive favorable access to land, licenses, and partnerships. This structure protects wealth while avoiding public scrutiny. Family traits matter here. Discipline, control, and quiet consolidation define their approach. Members rarely show open extravagance, but their assets speak loudly. Today, the Alawite family remains central to Morocco's economy and politics. Their investments extend abroad, and their influence continues to grow. But while Morocco diversified, the next family built its empire by reinventing an entire city from sand. Number 8. Royal Family of Dubai, Al-Maktum family. Estimated net worth, $25 billion. Dubai's royal family lives surrounded by skyscrapers they envisioned, islands they built, and airports that never sleep. Their luxury lifestyle includes waterfront palaces, private jets, mega yachts, and estates designed as statements of ambition rather than comfort. The Al-Maktum family stands for vision and speed. Oil was only the starting point. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum pushed Dubai toward aviation, trade, real estate, and tourism long before oil began to decline. The family owns or controls major players like Emirates Airline, Dubai Ports World, and vast real estate developments. Landmarks like Burj Khalifa and Palm Jumeirah are not just symbols. They are revenue machines attracting investment, tourism, and global attention. Dubai's ruling family began its reign in the early 1800s, establishing leadership through trade and tribal alliances. When oil was discovered, instead of depending on it, they used it to build infrastructure and global connections. Laws in Dubai allow state-owned enterprises to operate commercially while remaining under royal oversight. This structure ensures profits stay within the ruling circle. Family members are deeply involved in management, not just ceremony. Today, Dubai's wealth machine keeps running. Tourism, logistics, aviation, and real estate continue expanding. The Al Maktoum family proves that modern royalty can act like global CEOs. And from a city built on ambition, we move to a nation built on oil reserves. Number 7. Royal Family of Kuwait, Al-Sabah family. Estimated net worth, $60 billion. In Kuwait, luxury takes the form of expansive palaces, international properties, private aircraft, and a lifestyle supported by one of the world's most powerful investment systems. The Al-Sabah family sits atop a fortune shaped by oil and protected by long-term planning. The family stands for stewardship and preservation. Kuwait's oil wealth is not spent recklessly. Instead, it flows through the Kuwait Investment Authority, one of the oldest sovereign wealth systems in the world. Its global investments span stocks, bonds, real estate, and infrastructure. Oil discovery in the 1930s transformed Kuwait overnight. The Al-Sabah family, already ruling through tribal leadership, became guardians of immense wealth. Laws ensured oil revenues were centrally managed, limiting reckless private control. Family members oversee state institutions rather than personal businesses. This structure shields wealth from instability while allowing it to grow quietly abroad. Today, Kuwait's wealth supports social services, education, and healthcare, reinforcing loyalty to the ruling family. The fortune remains massive, stable, and globally diversified. And from oil, we now turn to gas, where Qatar built influence far beyond its borders. Number 6. Royal Family of Qatar, House of Al-Thani. Estimated net worth, $60 billion. Qatar's royal family lives in a world of private jets, beachfront palaces, art collections worth billions, and global influence that stretches from Paris to New York. Their wealth feels both modern and strategic. The Al-Thani family stands for transformation. Natural gas is the backbone, but investment is the weapon. Through the Qatar Investment Authority, the family owns stakes in banks, luxury fashion houses, skyscrapers, hotels, and sports franchises. Their reign began in the mid-1800s through tribal leadership and British protection. When gas reserves were developed, the family centralized control and invested aggressively abroad. Laws ensure state ownership of gas resources, with revenues flowing through sovereign funds controlled by the ruling elite. Family members oversee strategy, ensuring long-term growth. Today, Qatar blends wealth with influence through sports, culture, and diplomacy. Their story shows how resources can buy relevance on a global stage. And next, we move to a family whose wealth dwarfs even this. Number 5. Al-Nahyan family, Abu Dhabi, UAE. Estimated net worth, $300 billion. Imagine a lifestyle where private islands replace vacation homes, where fleets of jets sit ready like parked cars, and where palaces are not symbols but daily residences. That is the world of the Al-Nahyan family of Abu Dhabi. Their wealth is not just visible in luxury, it is embedded in global markets, national policy, and the financial backbone of the United Arab Emirates. The Al-Nahyan family stands for control, long-term thinking, and scale. At the center of their wealth is Abu Dhabi's oil, some of the largest reserves on Earth. But oil alone does not explain hundreds of billions. What turns resource wealth into lasting power is investment, and this family mastered that early. Through the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world, the family controls stakes in companies, infrastructure, and real estate across continents. From skyscrapers in major cities to ports, highways, power plants, and financial institutions, their money works quietly but constantly. Their lifestyle mirrors this scale. Palaces stretch across Abu Dhabi and beyond. The family owns luxury estates overseas, private aircraft, and yachts designed more like floating cities than boats. But unlike flashy wealth, much of their spending stays behind closed doors. The dynasty began in the 18th century through tribal leadership and control of land. When oil was discovered in the mid-20th century, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al-Nahyan chose unity over excess. He helped form the UAE and ensured oil wealth would be managed centrally rather than divided recklessly. Laws in Abu Dhabi keep oil revenues under state control, with investment arms overseen by trusted members of the ruling family. This structure protects wealth from instability and political change. Family traits such as patience, discipline, and centralized decision-making help maintain this system. Today, the Al-Nahyan family continues expanding influence beyond oil, investing heavily in renewable energy, technology, and global finance. Their wealth feels less like money and more like infrastructure. And yet, even this massive fortune is not enough to take the crown. For that, we move to a tiny nation with a shockingly concentrated royal lifestyle. Number 4. Royal Family of Brunei, House of Bolkiah. Estimated net worth, $70 billion. If wealth could be measured in excess alone, Brunei's royal family would rank near the top. The House of Bolkiah lives in a world where gold-plated decor, endless luxury cars, and one of the largest palaces on Earth are everyday realities. The family stands for absolute control and concentrated wealth. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah rules Brunei with near-total authority, and much of the nation's oil and gas revenue flows directly under royal oversight. Unlike countries where wealth is spread across institutions, Brunei's fortune is tightly held. The crown jewel of their lifestyle is Istana Nurul Iman, a palace so large it resembles a city. The family owns thousands of luxury vehicles, private jets, and overseas properties. Their spending once defined global luxury excess, especially during the peak oil years. The dynasty dates back over 600 years, making it one of the oldest continuous monarchies. Leadership was established through conquest, alliances, and control of trade routes. When oil was discovered in the 20th century, the family's wealth multiplied rapidly. Brunei's legal structure ensures state ownership of natural resources, with the Sultan acting as both head of state and chief economic authority. This allows direct control over national revenue with minimal checks. Despite the extravagance, the family uses wealth to provide free healthcare, education, and subsidies to citizens. This social contract maintains stability and loyalty. Today, Brunei's wealth remains strong but limited by population size and production scale. The fortune is enormous, but its reach is narrow. From tropical opulence, we now turn to a monarchy balancing tradition, scrutiny, and global relevance. Number 3. British royal family, House of Windsor. Estimated net worth, $30 billion. Luxury for the British royal family looks different. It is not about private islands or oil fields. It is about castles older than nations, estates spanning counties, and influence built over centuries. Their wealth is quieter, layered with history. The House of Windsor stands for continuity and symbolism. Their private wealth comes mainly from the Duchy of Lancaster and the Duchy of Cornwall, which generate income through land, real estate, and investments. These are private assets, not state property. The family owns historic residences like Windsor Castle and Balmoral, along with vast rural estates. While many palaces belong to the state, the royal lifestyle is still extremely privileged, supported by inherited wealth and structured income streams. The monarchy's roots go back over 1,000 years, shaped by conquest, reform, and survival. Unlike many royal houses, the Windsors adapted. They gave up absolute power and kept influence. Laws clearly separate royal private wealth from public assets. This distinction protects the monarchy from political backlash while allowing wealth to grow steadily. Family traits like restraint and public discipline have helped preserve legitimacy. Today, the British royal family's power lies in global recognition. Their brand influences tourism, media, and diplomacy. While not the richest, their relevance remains unmatched. But in Asia, a monarchy took a very different path, consolidating wealth under direct control. Number 2. Royal family of Thailand, Chakri dynasty. Estimated net worth, $43 billion. Thailand's royal family lives surrounded by vast urban land, prime commercial property, and assets that touch nearly every major Thai city. Their lifestyle includes royal compounds, private residences, and estates integrated into the country's economic core. The Chakri dynasty stands for authority and reverence. Unlike constitutional monarchies elsewhere, Thailand's monarchy commands deep cultural respect backed by law. This respect translates into economic power. The dynasty began in 1782 when King Rama I established Bangkok as the capital. Over time, the monarchy accumulated land and influence. The real shift came in 2018 when King Maha Vajiralongkorn restructured royal assets. Control of the Crown Property Bureau moved directly under the king, giving him personal authority over massive real estate holdings and corporate stakes in major Thai companies. This made the Thai monarchy one of the most asset-rich in the world. Strict laws protect the monarchy's position and reputation. These laws reduce public scrutiny and preserve economic stability around royal assets. Today, the Chakri dynasty's wealth continues to grow through urban development and corporate dividends. Their story shows how legal structure and cultural power can translate into financial dominance. But even this empire fades next to the final name on this list. Number 1. Royal family of Saudi Arabia, House of Saud. Estimated net worth, $1.4 trillion. No other royal family lives on this scale. The House of Saud exists in a category of its own, where wealth stretches across deserts, cities, continents, and global markets. Their lifestyle includes hundreds of palaces, private aircraft fleets, mega yachts, and land holdings larger than some countries. The family stands for control of energy and state power. At the heart of their fortune is oil, but the real strength lies in how it is structured. Saudi oil wealth is state-controlled, and the state is effectively ruled by the royal family. The dynasty began in the 18th century through an alliance between Muhammad ibn Saud and a religious reformer. That alliance created both political and religious authority. When oil was discovered in the 1930s, the family's power exploded. Aramco, the world's most valuable energy company, anchors the system. Oil revenues flow into state funds and royal-controlled investment vehicles. Thousands of royal family members benefit from this structure. Laws and governance ensure centralized control of resources. Family loyalty, strategic marriages, and internal hierarchy keep the system intact. Today, the House of Saud is expanding into technology, tourism, and global investment through Vision 2030. Their wealth influences energy markets, global finance, and international politics. No other royal family comes close, and that is what makes this story so relevant. It shows how power, structure, and resources shape the world we live in. Which of these dynasties surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more revealing videos.